They told us freedom was sacred, that America stood as the guardian of democracy. But behind closed doors, in smoke-filled rooms, handshakes were exchanged with the very monsters we were told to fear. Deals so dark, so hidden, that history itself tried to bury them. And tonight we pull that curtain back. It began not with a war, but with a whisper. The world was trembling on the edge of chaos, and Washington faced a choice: uphold its ideals or protect its power. In that silence, a bargain was struck. American officials slid classified files across the table to ruthless men dictators who ruled with fists of iron and rivers of blood. One dictator promised to crush communism if the U.S. looked away from his prisons full of dissidents. Another vowed to keep oil flowing if America ignored the bodies buried in unmarked graves. And the shocking part? Washington agreed? Imagine the contradiction. While presidents stood on podiums declaring liberty for all, secret envoys were slipping into palaces lit by chandeliers, raising glasses with tyrants. Smiles were exchanged, cameras flashed, but the real promises were whispered when no one else was listening. For the people living under those dictators, the price was unbearable. Mothers searching for their vanished sons, journalists silenced in the night, citizens forced to cheer for leaders they hated, knowing the world's greatest democracy had chosen to look the other way. And when the truth began to leak, when documents surfaced, when defectors spoke, the world reacted with fury. Protesters filled streets with signs drenched in betrayal. America sold us out. Governments scrambled to deny, but the evidence was undeniable. The scandal wasn't just that America made these deals, it was that the deals worked. Wars were avoided. Oil kept flowing. Enemies were toppled. But every victory came soaked in the blood of innocents. The public began to ask, was peace worth the price of silence? Decades later, the consequences still ripple. Some of those dictatorships collapsed, leaving behind shattered nations. Others survived, propped up for years by the very promises Washington had made. And when historians uncovered the files, when the names of those meetings surfaced, it became clear the United States hadn't just shaped history, it had rewritten it, using fear and compromise as ink. Think about it. Every time you hear about a nation falling into chaos, every time you see desperate refugees fleeing, could it be the shadow of those secret handshakes? Because here's the haunting. Truth democracy's greatest betrayal didn't come from an enemy abroad. It came from deals struck in silence in the name of power. And so I leave you with this question. When the champions of freedom shake hands with tyrants, do they protect the world or do they destroy it piece by piece?